Hello, so for this video I just wanted to give you guys an introductory overview of Photoshop, explain things on the interface, so let's get started. So very first thing I kind of want to point out is the fact that when I use Photoshop I'm usually using Firefox as a browser. You can use Internet Explorer and Google Chrome, but Firefox is, in my opinion, the best one to use if you're doing a lot of work with Photoshop. And the single reason for this is because Photoshop supports drag and drop. So if I wanted to grab this picture of Yoshi, okay, and I wanted to put him in Photoshop, I could just click and hold, drag into Photoshop, and there you go. The image would be directly imported into Photoshop. Okay, so let me point out a couple things here. First off, on the bottom right hand of the screen, this is called the Layers panel. As we start working with more advanced images, this Layers panel is going to grow. You're going to have multiple layers here. Whatever layer is currently active is always highlighted. Okay. Above that, we have panels. There's all kinds of panels. We have the color panel, the swatches panel, the adjustments panels. These are all different panels. Okay. My personal favorite little tool here is called the Navigator tool. Okay, it lets you zoom in and zoom out around Photoshop. Say we wanted to change the color of Yoshi's tongue, we would zoom in, then we can click and hold and navigate around the image inside of this little thumbnail. Okay. Okay. Now, on the left, we have all of the tools in Photoshop. Now, there are more tools than what you see. Some of these buttons have a little pyramid. It's like a little dot in the lower right-hand corner. That means that there are subtools. And depending on which tool is active, there are several different subtools. Okay, so the crop tool actually has 3 different subtools underneath it. This selection tool has 2 different selection tools underneath it. Okay, so sometimes the book is going to tell you grab this tool, and you're just going to have to spend some time looking around for it. If you don't see it, chances are it's probably going to be a subtool. Another nice feature is if you just hover over the tool, it'll give you the name of the tool. So this one is called the History Brush tool. Okay, now up here at the top, just below the File menu bar, okay, this is called the Context menu. The context menu, the options in the context menu are dependent upon what tool is currently active. So if I go to the Quick Selection tool, these are my options for the Quick Selection tool right here in the context menu. Okay, if I go to the Crop tool, these are my options for the Crop tool. It always changes depending on what tool is currently active. Okay, this space right here where the image is at, this is called the Canvas. Okay, as you open up, let's go grab a different picture. Okay, let's say I wanted to open up a picture of Princess Peach. Go to Images. Okay, and I can click on Princess Peach. Okay, if I wanted her to appear on the same document as its own layer, I can click and drag and hold above Yoshi. Okay, now if we look at the layers panel, I have 2 layers. The first one is Princess Peach, the second one is Yoshi. Whatever layer is on top is the first layer that I'm going to see. So if I grab the background and I click and hold and drag upwards, or if I grab layer 1, and let's see, I'm going to unlock this background because it's giving me problems. There we go. So if I rearrange these, whatever layer is on top is the first layer that I'm going to see. Okay. If I'm not interested in seeing Princess Peach right now, I can click on this little eye button, and that'll remove the visibility of that layer. Okay. Now let's say I wanted Princess Peach in her own document, because right now if you look at this tab right here, this is the document that's currently open. If I wanted Princess Peach in her own document, let's grab a different picture. Let's grab, this one looks good. So we'll click and hold, and instead of releasing in the canvas area, I'm going to release up here in the tab area. Okay. Now that tells Photoshop that I wanted to open this image up in its own document. So now I have 2 documents going. Okay, both indicated by the tabs on the top left. Okay. Up here we have the File menu bar. We have all the different options. We're going to be going through this as the class goes on. I think that's a good general description for now of Photoshop. We're going to be doing a lot of work with this in the future.